Hey, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be the finale of season 6, Ready to Love. Let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so the episode opens up with everybody gathering around in this outdoor beautiful event to kind of kick off the finale, right? So as we get started, we have all the boys sitting at the one table, and then we have all the ladies gathered up at one table. Then all of a sudden we have Swayze and Cotty, and they start arguing, and I'm like, DAMN, God bless, like these two, like, oh my gosh. So anyway, Tommy comes in, he's doing his whole little Tommy thing, and he says, you know, he's asking Sharice what happened to Samson. And Sharice says, well, he had to go, okay? And she basically said, and I'm out too. And she gives her castmates, you know, some advice. Listen to your gut. Go with how you feel. Don't be afraid to set your standards and don't settle, you know? Listen to your heart, right? And so she steps aside, and before she can even step aside and wave her hand to say bye, we've got Kanye standing up, and she walks up to the front. She said, I have something to say too. So Tommy is standing there like, what is going on, honey? This is not on the script. What are you doing? Okay. So then Kanye goes up there, and I'm just like, oh, sugar, honey, iced tea. It's about to go left. It's about to go left. Okay. Everybody is just like, oh my. This cannot be right. I mean, this cannot go well for them. It's about to be some sugar honey iced tea. Okay? So then Kanye says, I think Swayze should join me. And then everybody is really like, oh, that's it. You know? I mean, the writing was really on the wall at that point. She had already had an attitude when she came into the whole little brunch or wherever they were. Swayze was already still upset. So then Kanye decides to put their business on Front Street and bring up the fact that they're arguing, they can't see eye to eye, what happened previously. And I'm just like, oh my, you know? Anyway, Collian should have known that that whole situation was going to go left. You cannot call out a grown man in front of people like that. Absolutely not. You cannot uncloak a man. Okay? You can't do that. You know, and then she sits there and says in her confessional that she was wanting some reassurance in that moment. Claudian, girl, you ain't gonna get no reassurance in that moment, honey. Because first of all, you do not, never, ever, okay, put a man on Front Street in front of people like that. And try to call him for it, honey, you're out of place. You're out of place. I'm sorry, you're out of place. You need to know your place. So then Swayze says, I'm done. And then Tommy's going to have the audacity to ask Cardigan, so what do you say? What you know, what do you think? What's your choice? And she's like, do you even have to ask? And I'm like, we all knew this was going left when you first walked into the daggone place. Lord have mercy. All right, so next up we have the meetings with some of the guys' family members, and they both decided to bring their brothers along to meet the ladies. So the first sit down we have with Randall and his brother to grill Kayla, pretty much like her parents grilled him. And so really, I mean, I don't really know what was going on with this date. It was kind of odd at one point. I kind of started tuning out because they weren't really talking about much. Like, you could tell, like, Kayla was laid back because it wasn't like parents, you know. It's like, oh, here's our peer, you know, here's our classmate, let me just chill out, right? Because she got so comfortable to the point she started yelling, or let me say, she raised her voice maybe 2 or 3 octaves. And I was just like, once again, not a good look. Like, why are these ladies being loud in public around men? It's just not a good look. I didn't like it. And so Randall pretty much said, you know, the fact that she was getting all amped up showed that she really cared, and he needs to reconsider that. He also told his brother to wait to give him, you know, his feedback until after he met both girls. So that's pretty much sums up Randall and Kayla. And another thing, they also talk about how they had such a fire at the beginning that they pretty much kind of left each other and didn't like pour into that fire, you know, as they went along, and then they turned around and it was like, whoa, there's other connections, and it was like shocking, and they were trying to figure out how to catch up, pretty much. All right, next we have Mike and Brandy. Of course, Brandy's coming in all bubbly, happy to see Mike. She gets to sit down and talk with his brother Greg. Mike's brother asks Brandy, you know, what is an area of improvement for you? And Brandy is like, honey, play Beyonce Flawless. Nothing. And so Brandy talks about how she says she sees things in Mike that could be everything that she needs, and that he is very close, honey, very close to being what she would consider her king. Okay. So then Mike's brother, he's like, you know, she's cool. The only concerns, the only red flags for him is that she's never been in love. She's only been in situationships, right? And she says she's flawless. All right, so we get the next date set up. Okay, so now we have Mike and his brother Greg going out with Kayla. And so Mike is already, you know, saying in the confessions and letting his brother know that Kayla might not be looking for a regular guy because she comes from wealth, and he wonders if he has, you know, if he has enough to offer her. And I think it's a different experience. Maybe he has never been with a woman like this, so he's questioning that. And I feel like for a man, when he feels like he can't step into that space, I feel like Mike will retreat to what is comfortable. And that's not even just men. That's like everybody, right? Nobody wants to be in uncomfortable situations. So we tend to retreat. So when Kayla comes in, of course, the Pinot Grigio is sitting on the table for her. They make a little joke about it. And then the brother, I like Mike's brother, Greg. He really gets down to the questions, right? He asks really good questions. He asks Kayla, you know, what value can you add to him? What can you bring to the table? And she basically says that she doesn't feel like Mike, that he has more that he can do, right? That she feels like she can help him tap into his potential. And all that great stuff, right? She gives her background of, you know, growing up in a debutante, and she went to, did she say Howard, I think? And she talked about, you know, kind of what her parents did growing up and whatnot. And they chopped it up. I feel like every conversation with Kayla is pretty light and just laughs, right? However, okay, I don't think Kayla's guy is on this show. Period. Sorry. And it's so funny how she's sitting here going between two guys that really, in my opinion, are not even a good fit for her. And I think if she was on a different season of Ready to Love, maybe one that had the likes of, what's his name? The car god. Floyd. His last name's Floyd. What is that man's name? He's with Simone now. I don't even know his name. Anyway, one of Tommy's. So somebody like Tommy. She needs somebody like that. You know, just a little bit more. No disrespect to like Mike and the guy that wants to wear joggers or shorts all day long, but she needs a guy that's a little bit more refined. Just period. You know, it is what it is. And it just goes to show that's why she's not fitting in, because I feel like they know that she's in a different zone than they are. Truth be told, that's what I think, my opinion. What you can tell me what you think in the comments. I'm just saying. So then we have Jamala, Marcus, and Randall. And I really don't remember anything from this, because even his brother Marcus said, you know, he don't really talk too much. And it was same with Kayla. I don't really feel like they had a lot of in-depth conversations. The only thing that I remember is, let's just sum it up like this. Jamala said, "Don't touch my man." That's all she said. Okay, next. All right, so Randall meets up with Kayla, okay? And it was kind of obvious what the meeting was about, right? So they talk about pretty much how his brother felt. And Randall, he just gets right down to it. You know, Kayla's over there shuffling her food and whatnot. And she's looking at him like, okay, like, go ahead, let's go. And he's basically like, my brother isn't feeling you. And he likes Jamala, right? So he was real cut and dry with it. And so Kayla starts digging and cutting that steak some more while Randall was just sitting there once again. I will say, you know, she handled it well, unlike Trinika. Y'all remember, I think I said that, Trinika, when Randall told her, she just got, no, I don't want to, no. That's the way Trinika was, no. But anyway, Kayla handled it well. You know, she ate her food. She was like, look, I'm not about to be like Sharice getting up, leaving my food. I'm not about to be like Trinika. I'm going to eat this food, and you're going to walk me out the door, open the door, and then I'm going to get, you're actually going to walk me to my car. I'm going to get into my car. Yes. Yes, ma'am. So, anyway, so while they're sitting there, Kayla starts pressuring Randall, like, make a decision already, you know? And then Randall's like, I'm not picking you. I'm like, wow. I tell you, Randall can't come up with nothing original. I'm not picking you. Anyway, he was really blunt with her, which is good. And at the same time, I could see how that was tough for her. So then we cut to who the two guys choose. So we have Mike. He chose Brandy, of course. She's grinning. He's out there with his black box, all right, and looking like, I don't know, what does he look like with that cinnamon and blue? There's something he looks like. I can't put my finger on him right now. I don't know. Anyway, so he has a box of flowers, you know, all the time. I'm telling you, Mike is going to bring some gifts, okay, Brandy? That best be your love language, honey. So she opens the box, and there's flowers there. And he's like, pull open the box to see my answer. She pulled out the box, and the answer was, it's a yes with some chocolate covered strawberries. Oh, so cute. So they both choose each other. Then we have Randall and Jamala. They're doing their little cheesy, weird lines. He's feeling on her booty, and they walk off into the sunset, y'all. Is this what you all predicted for the end? Were you shocked? Anybody surprised? You know, I don't think there was any surprises here. I feel like Ready to Love, they need to switch it up. I don't know what they need to do, though. Y'all, like, what do they need to do to switch it up? I don't know. The producers need to come back to the drawing room table. You know, so something needs to switch up. But I'm happy that they made it to season 6. I don't think this is season 6, though. They stay over there on their own network. They be mixing up the seasons, y'all. They've got Ready to Love in season 6, which is supposed to be like, what, 4 or 5? Then they have Love and Marriage Huntsville. They up here talking about season 5 on their own network. And the last time I checked, it's still season 4. It's just a continuation. I don't know. Anyway, in the next season, whether it be season 6 of Ready to Love, season 7, 8, or 9, they need to switch it up a little bit, in my opinion. Because I recorded this before I watched like the previews. And I guarantee you at least one of them couples ain't gonna be together. And then one will stay, and then maybe 3 to 6 months later, or even right now, the other couple ain't gonna be together. Because, you know, they've already recorded this reunion. So, I don't know. Tell me what you all thought about this whole season. Are you still Ready to Love fans? Are you ready for it to go to, is it supposed to be in Dallas next year? I don't know. Or is it in Miami again? I'm not sure. Let me know how you feel down there in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Peace.